Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for this Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we are discussing the fourth canto, chapter 14. Anga Maharaj begot a son, Vena, but that Vena exhibited very cruel behavior right from the childhood. Anga Maharaj tried to correct Vena to the best of his ability, but Vena could not be corrected at all. Sangha Maharaj at that time developed a deep sense of detachment, which inspired him to take complete shelter of Krishna. He said that those who have a good son are unfortunate because they can become attached to that good son. Those who have a bad son are fortunate because of this bad son, I have actually developed the inspiration to take complete shelter of Krishna. I have developed a detachment from this world. In that way, thinking like that, Anga Maharaj, without informing anyone, in the middle of the night, he left from the home. Then the other ministers and others, they started looking for Anga Maharaj, but they could not find him. So then, in the absence of the king, sorry, although Vena had a bad character, the Brahmanas appointed Vena as the king, maybe hoping that he would rule properly. But Vena became the king. All the small thieves who were present in the kingdom, they all came under the control of King Vena. But Vena himself stopped all the religious activities in the kingdom. So when the Brahmanas came to know, they became very unhappy. They felt that we have appointed Vena, but he has stopped all the religious activities. So controlling their anger, they went and spoke. They went to speak to Vena in order to remind Vena about the duty of a king. So that is a section we have been seeing. They are reminding Vena about the duty of a king. So we discussed till the 19th shloka. Tasya rajño mahabhaga bhagavan bhuta bhavanah परितुष्यति विश्वात्मा तिष्ठतो निज शासने. If the king sees that the supreme personality of Godhead, the original cause of the cosmic manifestation, the super soul within everyone is worshipped, the Lord will be satisfied. So they told King Vena about how when people perform dharma with their body, mind, and words, the whole world will be peaceful. They can be happy while living in this world, and when they perform dharma in the spirit of detachment, they also become qualified to attain liberation. And they told King Vena that you are supposed to protect the citizens from the thieves and also from the corrupt ministers. So these were some of the instructions given by the Brahmanas. So we'll go to the 20th shloka. So we saw in the previously, both the government and the citizens are responsible for the execution of Varnashram Dharma. So there is a responsibility for the government and there is responsibility with the citizens also. So Ramarajya is not only about the king or the executive head, but the citizens also have a duty. Generally, people want uh, they want to perform hero worship. They don't want to contribute. They want a superhero like type of a person as a leader and who will accomplish everything for them. Hmm. And people also vote for elect a person who acts as a hero in the movies. So Prabhupada is saying that the government and the citizens both are responsible for the execution of Varnashram Dharma. When the population is situated in Varnashram Dharma, there is every possibility of real life and prosperity both in this world and in the next. We will start from the 20th shloka. Somebody can repeat. Tasmim stushte kimaprapyam
तस्मिन् तुस्ते किमप्राप्यम्
jagatam ishwareshware
जगताम् ईश्वरेश्वरे
loka sapala hetasmai
लोका सपाला हेतस्मै
haranti balimadritaah.
हरन्ति बलिम् आद्रिताः. Translation: The Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped by the great demigods, controllers of universal affairs. When he is satisfied, nothing is impossible to achieve. For this reason, all the demigods, presiding deities of different planets, as well as the inhabitants of their planets, take great pleasure in offering all kinds of paraphernalia for his worship.
So the previous shloka, we see how the Lord will be pleased. तस्य राज्ञो महाभाग भगवान भूतभावनः परितुष्यति विश्वात्मा तिष्ठतु निज शासने. When the king sees the supreme Lord is worshipped, the Lord will be satisfied. Paritushyati. One may get the question that what is the benefit of pleasing Krishna? What is the benefit of pleasing the Bhagavan? So tasmim stushte kim aprapyam. If the Lord is pleased, kim aprapyam, what cannot be achieved? Huh. What cannot be achieved in this universe? So, Jagatam Ishwareshware, Loka Sapala, all the living entities under Devatas, Balim Haranti, they offer tribute to the Lord with Adritaha, with a great respect. With a great respect. So, we see that Brahmanas are saying that if you please the Supreme Lord, nothing is impossible for achieving. What cannot be achieved? And all the devatas, they offer tribute to the Supreme Lord. Loka sapala hetasmai. Even in the third canto, second chapter, it's a beautiful shloka. The shloka. One minute. The third canto, second chapter, when Uddhava is remembering Krishna. So Uddhava says that Swayam tvasamya tishayastradisha Swarajya Lakshmyapta Samasta Kama Balim Haradbis Chiraloka Palair Kirita Kotyedita Padapita. So Balim Haradbis Chiraloka Palai. Same thing is mentioned in the shloka. So Uddhava says that Krishna is the Lord of all kinds of trees. He is the Lord of the three gunas. He is the Lord of the three lokas. He is the Lord of the three Vishnus. He is the Lord of Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. And he is independently supreme by achievement of all kinds of fortune. He is not dependent on Lakshmi. He is independently supreme. And Balim Haradbis Chiraloka Palay. He is worshipped by the eternal maintainers of the creation who offer him paraphernalia of worship by touching their millions of helmets to his feet. Kirita Kotyedita Padapita. So, Srila Prabhupada says that the Vedic civilization is summarized here. So, all the living entities, either on this planet or the higher planet, they have to satisfy the Supreme Lord. Then all the necessities will be supplied. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kaman. That one eternal supply and necessities of all the eternals. So we see that even the lower animals, they are not dying for want of food. All the necessities are supplied by Krishna. So nowadays, because of not living a natural way of living, that means Varnashram Dharma, people have artificially created so much of famine, etc. Like previously, small villages, they would cook using the wood. Small villages, small towns. Even if you go to right at the heart of Bombay city, in South Bombay, if you had gone to Fanaswadi temple, there's a Sri Vaishnava temple right in which area that South Bombay, that Panaswadi temple, if you had gone from our temple, it's around maybe 10 minutes. Panaswadi temple, very beautiful Sri Vaishnava temple. Even now, they cook with wood for the deities. And the water which is used for the deities, they have a well within the temple. They will use only the well water for the deities. And they cook using the wood. No gas and other things. And a chula. So even now they follow. So so Prabhupada says that, so previously people were living in small villages, they would use wood, this one. But then later they are encouraged to use only gas. But now the gas is dependent on the Hormuz Strait in some part of the world actually. So, and some of the government has raised some commercial gas prices. Domestic has not been raised, but it can be raised anytime. So we have artificially created a type of civilization which makes one forgetful of his relationship with the Supreme Lord. So modern society enables one to forget the Supreme Lord's grace and mercy. Some of the traditional temples, previously, for example, in Ranganath temple, Sri Rangam, previously the system was that just around the temple, nobody would build the first floor or the second floor. Because they wouldn't, when the deities would come in procession, they don't want the temple to be higher than the deities. Something like that practice was there. Because later they started building. So that kind of God-fearing culture was there. So, therefore, but the modern society enables one to forget the Supreme Law. So consequently, modern civilized man is always unhappy and in need of things. So they don't know the ultimate goal of life is to please Vishnu, nate vidu swartha gatim hi Vishnum, durashayaye bahirartha maninaha, andayatandai supaniyamanas, tepisha tantriam urudam nibaddha. People don't know that one's real self-interest lies in pleasing Vishnu. Bahirartha manina, and they give more value to the external things. So they have taken the materialistic way of life as everything and have become captivated by the materialistic activities. And anda yatandair upaniya manas, common people, common blind people are led by other set of blind leaders. So therefore, the people should be trained in Krishna consciousness in order to rectify the situation and act in accordance with the Varnashram system. The state should also see that the people are engaged in satisfying the Supreme Lord. That is the primary duty of the state. So, therefore, yeah, Vishwanath Chakotakur. So, therefore, this verse you see, very beautiful. Tasmim stushte kim aprapyam. Very important word. First line. If the Lord is pleased, what cannot be achieved? What an emphatic statement. If Krishna is pleased, what cannot be achieved in this universe? So, in the 1940s, Prabhupada started the Back to Goddard magazine. So, at that time, there was severe shortage of paper. You need to get the government sanction to get paper. So, Prabhupada was applying to the government to get paper for publishing the Back to Goddard magazine. But the government was not supplying the paper. Government felt that what is the use of your magazine? They were actually they were questioning Prabhupada. At that time, Prabhupada wrote a letter to the government. It is there in the Prabhupada Leela Amrita. So, let me see if I can get that. But if you're there, the Prabhupada Leela Amrita, Prabhupada says that your government is thinking that this printing of the Back to Goddard magazine is useless. The Prabhupada says that previously, people in the previous yugas, they would perform huge sacrifices involving elaborate arrangements to please the Supreme Lord. So at that time, there were no famine, shortage, etc. But now this Back to Garden magazine is educating people about the importance of pleasing the Supreme Personality of God. You are questioning what is the use of this. But understand that when the Lord is pleased, then the society will get their prosperity. The problems of the society will disappear. Nothing will be difficult to obtain. Like that, Prabhupada wrote it back actually. Prabhupada wrote a reply to the government. So therefore, when the Krishna is pleased, then even the most difficult thing can be easily achieved. Nothing is impossible when Krishna is pleased. So therefore, that even when Krishna told Yoga Maya to transfer Balaram from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. So at that time, Yogamaya was thinking that how is it possible to transfer Sankarshan from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb? Therefore, Krishna addressed her as Shubhe. Krishna said that, O blessed one, take power from me. By my mercy, you will be able to do it. So Prabhupada says that by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, anyone can do anything. For the Lord is present in everything, all things being his parts and parcels, and increasing or decreasing by his supreme will. So when Krishna is pleased, nothing is uh, impossible to obtain. So tasmim stushte kim aprapyam, very important word. So therefore, people think that generally performing abhishek or different activities, religious activities, they are useless. What is the use of that? Better open hospitals like that. But when Krishna is pleased, nothing, what cannot be achieved in this universe. So even, next shloka, somebody can repeat. तं सर्वलोकामरयज्ञसङ्ग्रहम्
तं सर्वलोकामरयज्ञसङ्ग्रहम्
त्रयीमयं द्रव्यमयं तपोमयम्
त्रयीमयं द्रव्यमयं तपोमयम्
यज्ञैर्विचित्रैर्यजतो भवायते
यज्ञैर्विचित्रे यजतो
रा-
भवायते
राजन् स्वदेशाननुरोद्धुमर्हसि
राजन् स्वदेशन् अनुरोद्धुम् अर्हसि. Translation. Dear King, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, along with the predominating deities, is the enjoyer of the results of all sacrifices in all planets. The Supreme Lord is the sum total of the three Vedas, the owner of everything, and the ultimate goal of all austerity. Therefore, your countrymen should engage in performing various sacrifices for your elevation. Indeed, you should always direct them towards the offering of sacrifices.
So therefore, the Brahmanas are saying that they are saying for your benefit. That for your benefit, which is the word here. Bhavaya. Bhavaya is the word. For your elevation, for your progress, or for your benefit, what you should do? You should entreat your citizens. Swadeshan. Swadeshan means your citizens, your countrymen. Swadeshan anurodhum arghasi. Anurodhum. You should direct your citizens. You should entreat your citizens to worship the Supreme Lord. Yajnair vichitrair yajatao. You should entreat your citizens to worship through various sacrifices that Supreme Lord who accepts tam sarvaloka amara yajna sangraham, who accepts the sacrifices for attaining the devatas and their planets. For your benefit, you should entreat your citizens to worship through various sacrifices the Supreme Lord who accepts sacrifices for attaining the devatas and their planets. Sarvaloka marayagya sangraham. And who is Trayimayam, Dravyamayam and Tapomayam? Who is the personification of the three Vedas? Who is the personification of all the Dravyas? And who is also all the austerities? Therefore, you should allow your citizens to worship the Supreme Lord by performing sacrifices. What kind of Supreme Lord? So, four adjectives are used. Sarvaloka Marayagya Sangraham. This is one adjective referring to the Supreme Lord. And then Trayimayam, another adjective. Dravyamayam and Tapomayam. These are the four adjectives, Visheshanas, for the Supreme Lord, who is referred by the word Tam. So you should allow the citizens to worship the Supreme Lord by various sacrifices. Vichitrair yajnair yajato. For your own benefit, bhavaya. For your own elevation. So, we see there is like these three words, Trayimayam, Dravyamayam, Tapomayam. These three words also come in the Shukadeva Goswami's prayer, the second canto, fourth chapter. Which shloka? That 2.4.19. सयेष आत्मात्मवतामदीश्वरस् त्रयीमयो धर्ममयस्तपोमयः गतव्यलीकैरजशङ्करादिभिर्वितर्क्य लिङ्गो भगवान् प्रसीदताम्. So, Trayimaya, Dharmamaya and Tapomaya. These three words come. Sayesha Atmat Mavatam Adishwaras. He is the super soul and the supreme lord of all the self-realized souls. Sayesha Atmat Mavatam Adishwara. Trayimaya, he is the personification of the Vedas, he is the personification of Dharma, and he is the personification of the austerities. Gatavyalikair Ajashankaradibir. He is worshipped by Brahma and Shiva by unpretentious devotion. Vitarkya Lingo, who is beyond all the speculation. Bhagavan Prasidatam, may the Supreme Lord be pleased with me. So, there's no purport to it. And then the 23rd shloka, the 22nd shloka, I think they conclude their instruction. 22nd shloka. Yajnena yushmad vishaye dvijatibihi.
Yagnena yushmat vishaye dvijatibhir
Vitayamanena surakalaharehe.
vitayamanena sura kalahare
Svishta sutushta pradishanti vanchitam.
Shvista sutushta pradishanti vanchitam
Tadhelanam narhasi veeracheštitum.
taddelanam narhasi chestitam. Translation. When all the Brahmanas engage in performing sacrifices in your kingdom, all demigods who are plenary expansions of the Lord will be very much satisfied by their activities and will give you your desired result. Therefore, O hero, do not stop the sacrificial performances. If you stop them, you will disrespect the demigods.
So, the sages are concluding their instruction here. They are saying that this is similar to what Krishna says in the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. So here the sages are saying that the Devatas, which is the word indicating the Devatas, Hare Kalaha, Suraha. Suraha means the Devatas. The Devatas are Hare Kala, portions of the Supreme Lord. Vitaya Manena, being properly worshipped, and Yagyena Yushmad Vishaye. Sorry, Swishta Sutushta. Sutushta means very satisfied. Swishta by the sacrifices. Dvijatibihi by the Brahmanas. sacrifices performed by the Brahmanas in your kingdom. And those being satisfied by the sacrifice performed by the Brahmanas in your kingdom, the Devatas, they will pradishanti, vanchitam pradishanti. Whatever you desire, they will give. Whatever you desire, they will give. Therefore, tad helanam narhasi. Therefore, you should not disrespect them. You should not disrespect the Devatas. So, just like in the Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, Krishna says that Ishtan Bogan hi vo deva dasyante yajnabhavita thairdattan apradayepyo yobungte stena evasa devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayanta shreya paramavapsyata 3.11 and 12. By performing the sacrifices, the devatas will be pleased, and then they will provide whatever your necessities, whatever the people need, they will provide all those, they will supply all those necessities profusely. So therefore, without worshipping, performing sacrifices to worship the devatas, without or worshipping the Supreme Lord, if you try to enjoy without offering to them, you are nothing but a thief. Tair dattan apradayebhyo yo bungte stena eva saha. Such a person is only a thief. The similar thing he says that when the devatas are worshipped, they will be satisfied and then they will give whatever you desire. Vanchitam pradishanti. Therefore, you don't desire, you should not disrespect them. Tad helanam narhasi. In this way, they are advising the Vena. But what is Vena's reply? So that is described in the next shloka onwards. So we can see the arrogance displayed by Vena. Vena uvacha
Vena uvacha
Balisha bata yuyam va
Balisha batayuyam va
adharme dharma maninaha
Adharme dharmamaninah
ye vrittidam patim hitva
Ye vrittidam patim hitva
jaram patimupasate.
Charam patimupasate. King Vena replied, "You are not at all experienced. It is very much regrettable that you are maintaining something which is not religious and are accepting it as religious. Indeed, I think you are giving up your real husband who maintains you and are searching after some paramour to worship."
In 6 shlokas, Vena is replying to the sages. Balisha, he is addressing them as fools. He is saying that Adharme dharma maninaha. You are accepting what is adharma to be dharma. Yuyam va adharme dharma maninaha. Patim hitva, giving up the husband. Ye vrittidam, who maintains you. I am the husband. I am your master. I am only maintaining you. Giving up me. Jaram patim upasate. You are worshipping an illicit lover. You are worshipping an illicit lover. You want to worship the Devatas and Vishnu. So I am your maintainer. I forbid you to pluck fruits or roots today. If I forbid you to pluck fruits or roots today, you will immediately die. I am maintaining you. Basically, he is calling that I am God. Krishna is the maintainer, but he says that I am the maintainer. That means like he is taking the position of God. So he is saying that You are considering adharma to be dharma. So the king is supposed to be the representative of the gods, representative of Vishnu. But he is thinking himself to be the Bhagavan. So there is a beautiful Subhashita spoken by Vedanta Deshika. Duryanam api satkarye gunashali vimardinam anagama vidam yuktam apaniter nivaranam. So what is the meaning? That duryanam api satkarye. It is not enough to have superior administrative skills, but one should have righteousness behind their acts to guide them. Otherwise, they are actually wicked people, dushtas. So there are people, they may have administrative skill, but if they are not rooted in dharma, then such people who are simply having the skills, they are the wicked people, they are dushtas. The chiefs of the village, the chiefs of a nation may be expert administrators. But in spite of this, if they get filled with pride about their skills, and if they insult the righteous people engaged in auspicious activities, then these expert administrators are nothing but egoistic people. And such administrators should be removed from their positions since they are ignorant ones who don't know the importance of Shruti, Smriti, and the right conduct. So they cannot comprehend the consequences of their harmful acts. One should try to correct them by pointing out their mistakes. But if those administrators, if they do not learn and if they persist in their ways, it is better to remove them from their official positions. So therefore, it is not simply enough to have administrative skills, but it must be backed up by the sense of justice, by the sense of dharma. So here we see that vena is directly saying that you are considering adharma to be dharma. So vena is justifying his action by a wrong philosophy. That means vena has no guilt at all. He is completely convinced that what he is doing is right. The guilt element is not at all there. So Krishna says in the Gita, intelligence in tamoguna. What is the characteristic? Adharmam dharmamitiya manyate tamasavrita sarvartan viparitamscha buddhi sa partha tamasi. Intelligence in tamoguna considers adharma to be dharma and dharma to be adharma. Sarvartan viparitamscha. Always a person strives in the wrong direction. That is buddhi in tamoguna. So we see that vena is a person who is in tamoguna. He is considering adharma to be dharma and dharma to be adharma. So Srila Prabhupada's purport. King Vena was so foolish that he accused the sages of being inexperienced like small children, Balisha. He is accusing them that they are not having proper knowledge. In this way, he could reject their advice and make accusations against them, comparing them to a woman who does not care for her husband, who maintains her but goes to satisfy a paramour who does not maintain her. So it is the duty of the Kshatriyas to engage the Brahmanas in different types of religious activities. And the king is supposed to be the maintainer of the Brahmanas. But if the Brahmanas do not worship the king, but instead go to the demigod, they are as polluted as unchaste women. Like that the Vena is saying. So we see that this is an instance where the Kshatriya leader has become arrogant and he is actually chastising the Brahmanas. And the first canto in the Parishit Maharaj episode, the Brahmana Shringi, he became arrogant and he unnecessarily cursed Parishit to die within 7 days. So that is an example of Brahmana becoming arrogant and cursing an innocent Kshatriya. Here is an instance where the Kshatriya became arrogant and he is chastising the Brahmanas who give the right advice. Avajanantyami Muda.
Avaja,
Avaja,
yeah, carry on.
thank you. Avajanantyami Muda,
Nriparupinamishwaram.
Nriparupinam Ishwaram,
Nanu Vindanti Te Badram.
Nanu Vindanti Te Badram,
Ihaloke Paratracha.
Ihaloke Paratracha. Translation: those who, out of gross ignorance, do not worship the king, who is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead, experience happiness neither in this world nor in the world after death.
So this verse we can say like something similar to the Bhagavad Gita verse. Krishna says that Avajananti Mam Muda Manushim Tanumashritam. Parambhavam Ajanantu Mavabhuta Maheshwaram. Exactly opposite to that. Then Avajananti Ami Muda. Fools who disrespect the Lord in the form of the king. You are disrespecting me, so you are all fools. So therefore, Nriparupinam Ishwaram, that means I am the Ishwara in the form of a king, and you are disrespecting me. So by that, Ihaloke Paratracha, you will not be able to achieve happiness or auspiciousness in this world and also in the next world. Next shloka. Ko yajna purusho nama
Ko yagna purusho nama
yatra vo bhakti ridrishi
yatra vo bhakti ridrishi
bhartr sneha viduranam
bhartra sneha viduranam
yatha jare kuyoshitam.
yatha jare kuyositam. Translation: you are so much devoted to the demigods, but who are they? Indeed, your affection for these demigods is exactly like the affection of an unchaste woman who neglects her married life and gives all attention to her paramour.
So similar to the 23rd shloka, saying that Ko Yajna Purusho Nama, who is the master of the sacrifice? Yatra vo Bhakti Ridrishi, for whom you show so much of devotion. Bhartrisneha Viduranam Yata Jare Kuyoshitam, like the devotion of an unchaste woman who give up the affection for their husbands for a paramour. So he is actually doubting their integrity, character. He's calling them as an unchaste person. He's calling the Brahmanas as not being faithful to him. And then he says that Vishnur Virincho Girisha Indro Vayur Yamo Ravihi Parjanyo Dhanadas Soma Shitiragnir Apampatihi Yete Chanye Cha Vibudha Prabhavo Varashapayoho Dehe Bhavanti Nripate Sarvadeva Mayo Nripaha. He is giving the list of the names of the Devatas. Vishnu, Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Vayu, Yama, Surya, Varuna, Kuvera, Chandra, Prithvi, Agni, Varuna, and all other Devatas who are all Varashapayoho Prabhavaha, who are capable of giving benedictions and also curses. All these Devatas, Nripatehe Dehe Bhavanti. All of them reside in the body of the king. Therefore, Sarvadeva Mayo Nripaha, the king is the composite of all the Devatas. So we can see such an arrogant person. Like suppose you are going to a bank official, suppose cashier, he is expected to act as a representative of the bank. But if he starts claiming that I am the bank, I am the owner of the bank, all the other people in the bank are, they all reside in me. Therefore, I am the embodiment of all the people in the bank. And if whatever money is given, deposited to the cashier, he puts it in his own packet instead of putting in the account of the particular people. And he justifies that all the people reside in me. I am the owner of the bank. So similarly, instead of acting as a representative of the Vishnu and the Devatas, Vena is saying that all the Devatas, including Vishnu, they all reside in me. So Vena is basically demanding respect. One should command respect based on one's character. But Vena is demanding respect. He is expecting respect to the highest degree. So this shloka, this 26 and 27. So this is exactly opposite to Yata Taror Mula Nishechane. We hear that by serving Vishnu, all the Devatas are satisfied. It is like watering the root of the tree. Yata Taror Mula Nishechanena Tripyanti Tatskanda Bhujopashaka Pranopaharache Yatendriyanam Tataiva Sarvar Hanamachyuteche. But here the Vena is saying that I am the root. If you please me, all the Devatas will be satisfied. So he is claiming himself to be Bhagavan. I am the root. And then, and this is their purport. So many demons, they think of themselves as the supreme and present themselves as the directors of the different Devatas. This is all due to false pride. Similarly, Vena developed the demonic mentality and presented himself as the supreme personality of God. Such demons are numerous in this age of Kali, and all of them are condemned by great sages and saintly persons. Tasman mam karma birvipra yajadvam gata matsaraha balim chamahyam harata mattonya kograha buk mattonya kogra bukpaman. So this shloka is exactly opposite to the Gita shloka 7.7. Matta parataram nanyat kinchit asti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam protam sutre maniganaiva. Krishna said that there is nobody who is superior to me. Everything is resting on me, just like all the pearls are resting on the thread. So here, exactly opposite to that shloka, this shloka. He says that, for example, he says, Mattonya kogra buk puman. Gatamatsara, therefore without envy, Yajadvam, you should worship me by karmabir, by performing your rituals. Balimcha mahyam harata, bring the offerings to me. And Matonya Kograbu Puman, who except me is the first to enjoy the offerings. So Krishna says that Aham hi sarvayagyanam bhoktacha prabhurevacha. I am the enjoyer of all the sacrifices. Here Vena is saying that I am the first to enjoy the sacrifices. He is directly occupying the position of Bhagavan. Actually. So Krishna, Prabhupada says just like Krishna says there is no truth superior to him. Vena was imitating Krishna. These are the characteristics of a demoniac person. And like for example, in the Subhashita Nevi of the Vedanta Deshika, a beautiful shloka. So he says that Tadeva grihyatam namachaga manduka rasavaihi tisrinam tavata hanta murtinam kimiha gatam. So Vedanta Deshika, he says that so there are three words are there. What are the three words? That Aga, Manduka and Rasaba. So Aga refers to Aja. Nama Chaga Manduka Rasabai. Aja refers to a goat. Now, another meaning of Aja is a Brahma. Manduka refers to a frog, and it is also the name of Hari. So there are Nanarthaka Shabdas, many meanings. And Rasaba refers to a donkey, and it also refers to Shiva. So we see that goat, frog, and ass, they have the same name as that of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, respectively. So just because of having the similar name, will they get the fame like Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva? No, they will not get. But an egoistic person who uses the same names of the exalted people, and he imagines that simply because of having the same name, he has become equal to those great people, and then starts demanding the same respect which is given to those great people. So here Vena is imagining that there is nobody superior to me. I am the root of all the devatas. You must worship me. So Vena is a typical example of an egoistic person. Another example, Vedanta Deshika says, Andaja pundarikeshu samudreshu janardanaha sitikanta parvateshu nivasantu na te. So, like Andaja refers to the swan which is born from an egg. So Andaja can refer to the swan, and Andaja also is the name of Brahma. And then there is the word Pundarika. So Pundarika, it refers to Vishnu. But Pundarika, it also refers to I think, the crocodile. Pundarikeshu samudreshu janardana sitikanta parvateshu nivasantu nate. So There are people who become proud about their particular sthanam and they become egoistic. So swans reside in the lotus flower. Crocodiles live in the ocean. And the peacocks live in the hill. So the sthana of these three species, the sthana and the names are similar. Because the sthana and names are similar, swans won't become Brahma. So Brahma is also sitting in a lotus flower. And swan is also sitting in a lotus flower. And Andaja, the name, it also refers to Brahma. So swan may think that, oh, Brahma is also sitting in lotus flower. I am also there in the lotus flower. My name is also Andaja. Brahma's name is also Andaja. Therefore, I am equal to Brahma. If he thinks like that, that is an egoistic mentality. And Janardana, therefore, it refers to Narayana. But Jana Ardana, it can also refer to crocodile. Because crocodile gives trouble to the people. It destroys the people. Therefore, crocodile is also referred to by the word Janardana. And crocodile lives in the water body. And Janardana, the Lord also lives in the water body, in the midst of the ocean. Karanadakshay Vishnu or Karbotaka ocean, Karana ocean. So crocodile and the Janardana, Lord Vishnu, both live in the same place and both are the same name, Janardana. So because of that, if the crocodile thinks that I am equal to Vishnu, that is foolishness, that is an egoistic mindset. Similarly, peacocks live in the mountain and Lord Shiva is also staying in the mountain. And peacocks have a blue throat. Therefore, Nilakanta can refer to peacock also. But Nilakanta is also the name of Shiva. So therefore, but if the peacock thinks that because Lord Shiva also lives in the mountain, I also live in the mountain, my name is same as Lord Shiva, therefore I am equal to Lord Shiva. If a person thinks like that, that is the egoistic mindset. So therefore, egoistic people can take on the name of the great ones. They may live in the same place as those great people. But simply by that, their greatness will never become equal to the name of the other great personalities, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. But the egoism, that arrogance actually completely covers their ignorance and they think that they have become equal. So therefore, that Vena is actually telling that there's nobody superior to me. I am actually Bhagavan. All the devatas reside in me. In this way, is egoistically speaking. And then when the Brahmanas hear this, how do they respond? That section we'll see next week, 29th shloka onwards. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any comments or questions?
Prabhuji, Supashita is written by Vedantic basically.
No, there are Subhashitas, many people have written.
Okay.
Vedanta Deshika has written a book called Subhashita Nevi that contains 144 Subhashitas divided into 12 topics. Each topic has 12 Subhashitas. So before Vedanta Deshika, there was a book, Bhartrhari's Niti Shataka was very famous book. Bhartrhari's Niti Shataka he has actually written Niti Shataka, 100 Subhashitas.
So basically, these are all connected to moral values, right? Subhashita.
Moral values.
Okay.
Vedanta Deshika Subhashitas, it also has certain moral values and also certain spiritual Siddhanta is also there. Mostly other Subhashitas, they have different moral values. There are many Subhashitas. Subhashita Ratna Bandagara. It's a collection of Subhashitas containing some 10,000, 15,000 Subhashitas are there. Different topics.
So, but on what basis is it called Subhashita Prabhuji? Even though they contain spiritual values.
Subhashitam. Spoken very well, like that. A good saying, good instruction. Sushtu Bhashitam. That is the explanation of Subhashitam. Sushtu means in an excellent way. Bhashitam, spoken. Just like the different, there are many Western thinkers, they have different quotes. So these are the different quotes from the Vedic thinkers, Subhashitam.
So the author himself, give the name Subhashita, or is it generally given by the readers or other scholars?
It is a general Subhashitam, general name which is given to the different shlokas composed by various authors.
Thank you.
Mostly Subhashitams are many times they are collected from different sources. Niti Shatakam, Ramayana, Mahabharata, or different other kavyas. Or some people have written their own, collected from different sources on various topics.
Now, Prabhuji, regarding this Vena's this one,
Huh.
So it was the Brahmanas here. They knew that Vena's this is his his mentality, his arrogance. So in spite of that, they made him the king, right, Prabhuji? And now he is demanding that all the sacrifice should be done to him. Uh, so, so how do we understand this, Prabhuji? Is it in spite of knowing this, the Brahmanas have made him the king, and they knew that they will be facing something like this, right? This one. So, why is that the Brahmana should make him the king, or is there something wrong on their side in deciding him about the king? How do we understand?
Like probably they didn't expect that it would go to such a low extent. They had known about it and wrong character of Vena. But sometimes some certain leaders who are little broad-minded, sometimes they may think that probably he will do good. Like that they may try to they put Vena in the position. They thought that maybe he would improve. Like that, hoping that he would improve, like that they put. But then it turned out to be worst. He went to a very low extent. They didn't expect that he would behave like that. Initially, like for example, Bhishma Dev also, when he came to know the Pandavas returned after the Varanavath episode, he knew that Duryodhan and others only plotted against the Pandavas. So he should have punished the Kauravas. But instead of doing that, he thought that he divided the kingdom into two, and he was hoping that Duryodhan would change. He thought that he went into a little pampering mode. He thought that maybe Duryodhan would change. Duryodhana never changed. Sometimes a person may think that, okay, probably he would change or he would do good, like that, thinking like that. They appointed Vena, but they didn't expect that he would go to this much level. So therefore, sometimes like we see, like when Brahma gave such benedictions to Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyakashipu performed so much of atrocities. Narasimha, they finally told Brahma, hereafter be careful in giving benedictions. So sometimes even great people, like great devatas, great devotees, sometimes they become little more extra lenient without thinking deeply. And then they themselves land in problem or others land in problem. So therefore, one has to be a little more careful and discriminatory.
Or should we consider this as Krishna's one of Krishna's Leela? I mean the Lord's Leela, because now the Prithu is going to appear from Vena's body, and so is it that way, Prabhuji, that in order for him to appear, he makes this as Vena as an instrument to do this, or is it from such a situation? Uh, the Lord is coming? Is it that the Lord's arrangement that it has to happen, or the Lord is taking the situation in favor and he is appearing? So, how do we consider this?
Specifically, Acharyas have not written anything like that. But from one point of view, everything happens by the will of the Lord. Nothing happens without the will of the Lord. That fact is there. But Acharyas have not written in the sense that it is a Leela of the Lord. Like that, they have not written. Because sometimes everything, if we say it's a Leela, then we may not learn practical lessons. We have to learn lessons from how the sages, how the Brahmanas, they suppressed their anger. First, they wanted to have a dialogue with Vena, what all instructions they spoke, and then from Vena's response. From all these, we can learn nice lessons. If we simply say it's all the Leela, then then we can't learn any of these lessons. But from the ultimate point of view, everything is the will of the Lord.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki